Hello everyone! Good morning! Yes, I am wearing a onesie. This thing is amazing. It's super early in the morning and I just did not feel like getting dressed yet, so this is what you get. Today I'm showing you guys some tips and tricks on how I perfect my wing liner. So if you want to see how to get the perfect wing for you, then please keep watching. Before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. So a little trick I like to do, especially when I'm working on clients, is to take a dark eyeshadow. I'm going to use black. It doesn't have to be black. And a small angled brush, and I'm going to just dip that in there. And I'm going to go ahead and start creating my shape. As you know, there are many different shapes of winged liner. You can do a fat wing, you can do a really long wing. The wing that you choose is going to be dependent upon your eye shape and what look you're going for. So if you are someone who has really small eyes, a long wing can really elongate your eyes, and that's going to be a really pretty look on you. If you're someone who already has pretty big, long eyes, or maybe even like a monolid or something like that, then maybe a fat cat eye is something that would be better for you. Maybe not so fat on the lid itself because you don't want the dark liner to make your eyes look smaller, but if you make it like kind of fat on the corner, that could help, you know, make your eyes look a little bit bigger. So it really just kind of depends on what you're going for. Another difference that I've seen is you have the option of starting to make it look like it's your bottom lash line extending out, which is the most common way to do it. Or I've even seen it where people will just kind of make it to where it's their top lash line extending out, and when you open your eye, it is actually more above as opposed to below, and that can give you a little bit of a lifting look as well. So it really just depends on what you're going for. So I'm just going to do a traditional wing just for this educational purpose for my video, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So especially when I'm working on clients, I will do this whole eyeshadow trick. It's a lot easier to clean up shadow than it is to clean up a permanent, well, not permanent, but a semi-permanent wing. So definitely the eyeshadow trick is good for beginners. So I'm just going to take my eyeshadow and I look straight forward, and wherever I see my bottom lash line kind of continuing, that's where I'm going to place my shadow. Alright, so as you can see, I have a little dash of shadow right there, and it kind of already created my wing for me. So now I already know what it's going to look like. I like the way that this looks. I don't need to change it, so I'm just going to do the same thing on my other eye, and then I will get going with the actual liner. And now that I can tell that both wings are even, I'm going to continue. So I'm going to play with my Inklot gel eyeliner. Now I say play because my typical go-to for winged liner is actually the Tarteist duo-ended liner. I like the felt tip liner on that, but it's not as black as I would like it to be. So I'm going to try this Inklot liner. I'm just using the same brush that I was just using, and I'm literally just going to go over what I just did with the eyeshadow. Alright, the brush I'm using is not working for me so well, so I'm going to use this flat brush so I can just stamp it. And if you mess up, don't worry, I'll definitely show you guys how to fix any mistakes. And once you have your wing completed, you can literally just drag that liner onto your lid. As much as possible, you want to try to avoid like pulling and lifting your lid while you do this, because that is going to alter your eye shape, and then when you put the liner on and let go of your lid, it's not going to look the same. And one eye is complete. This is a little bit of a thicker liner. Probably has to do with the brushes that I'm using. So you don't have to make it so thick on the top like I did. You can, of course, customize it, make it thinner. Using a felt tip liner might be easier for you. I think it's probably easier for me too, but I just wanted to try out this ink lot stuff. So I'm going to move on to the next eye. So when you're dragging the liner towards the inner corner, you want it to get progressively thinner the closer to your nose that you get. So actually I kind of just stop the liner like right about here, and then I actually just put it in my tear duct on the inner corner instead of like on the lid. So that gives it more of like a winged effect. So I'm going to take my Maybelline Unstoppable eyeliner in the color brown. I'm actually going to tight line on the top. I'm doing this because we just did a pretty intense look with this liner and I want it to look cohesive and like it's all one. So if you see skin up here, that is not a cute look. So you want to darken that skin a little bit so that it all looks black. It makes your lash line look fuller. Now, if you messed up, which is totally normal because I did too, I'm going to show you a really awesome way to fix it up. And even if you didn't mess up, this is a great way to ensure that you are getting a really nice flick of the wrist type of motion look with your wing. You want it to flick out and be like gradient. So now I'm taking another really small angled brush and I'm going to take my Smashbox Photo Finish foundation primer. This has got like a silicone-y feel to it, so any primer with that type of feel will do for what we're gonna do. You just don't want it to be water-based. You want it to be silicone-based. So I just put a little bit of that on the back of my hand, literally right there, and I'm going to just dip my brush in that little bit of it, kind of wipe it off. And I'm going to act like that is my eraser. So I'm literally just going to clean up and sharpen up. Now, as you can see, I just kind of dipped in there and I've got black on my brush, so I'm wiping that off on the back of my hand and re-dipping back in the primer. I don't want to keep transferring the black everywhere. And there you have it, a perfect wing. I'll go ahead and clean up the other side. So when you do that, you're actually like kind of pushing the liner a little bit. So it is possible to make your wing bigger than you wanted when you do this. So this kind of just happened to me. My wing is now, I feel like, crazy big and I want this to be more of a daytime look. So I'm going to take a little bit of makeup remover and just dab it at the edges and then re-flick it out with my primer. So that I can make it exactly how I want it. Okay, so I'm just taking a little bit of makeup remover and a Q-tip. I'm just going to dab it a little bit and then take the clean side and kind of wipe it. And that worked perfectly. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So the trick there is to have an extremely light hand. So I did that, but as you can see, it shows where I've made my mistakes, and so I'm going to take a little bit of concealer just to fix that up, and then we will be done. So I'm taking my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in the color medium. I don't want it to be anything too light. This is what makes it super obvious that you kind of made a mistake and then try to cover it with concealer. So I'm using the medium shade so that it will more so match my foundation shade. And I am just lightly placing that where I had to remove my makeup. And then tapping it out. And voila, perfection. Alright, so now I'm going to put on some mascara just to finish off this look, and I'll be back. And I just put one coat of my favorite Smashbox X-Rated mascara, and I am good to go. So that's all, folks. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial on how to perfect your winged eyeliner. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new, and I hope that you try this method out and let me know how it works for you. Practice makes perfect. Don't get frustrated. Just keep trying. That's what I do, because trust me, I am not an expert at this wing liner thing either. It is a lot easier said than done. So just keep practicing and you will become a pro in no time. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.